This is Sally Hansen. Welcome back to the channel. So this is part 9 of my virtual pet collection, and then I have a part 10 coming up. And I have 2 on the way in the mail, which I'll probably make another video about much later. I don't know, maybe I'll just put a video out right away because I've actually been curbing my collecting. I actually haven't bought that many virtual pets lately. So aside from the occasional new release, I haven't really been scouring the internet for vintages or anything like that because I'm just trying to avoid materialism, I guess, at this point. It's like I already have enough Tamagotchis. It's not a big deal. I don't really need more. But I did see 2 that were on my wish list online recently, so I got them. So, without further ado, here is more of my collection. This is a knockoff Tama clone. I forget what people were calling it, like a clone gotchi or something like that. It's basically just the shell is like totally copying the original Tamagotchi color. And then the gameplay is kind of different though. It feels really cheap compared to a real Tamagotchi, but it was really inexpensive, so I got it a long time ago. So just a forewarning, most of these virtual pets I've had for a while. I just never got around to doing a video. This is a pocket dino. I think it's a Hitoriko. I got it because even though I already had a Hitoriko dino, I didn't like the shell, and I like this shell better. It's a lot higher quality. So I think I'm just going to sell my other one if I get a chance. And again, apologies, I'm still sick, so I'm blowing my nose. Okay. So what's really cool is Gigapets, the company that produces them, started to come out with new ones recently, and they had a unicorn, and as far as I know, they're still producing more. They're just working out a lot of the bugs, but they're very heavily updated. They have a lot more features than they did. The only thing I didn't like was just they beep really incessantly, and also they're a little thicker and bigger than the old ones used to be. But overall, I like the aesthetic, and there's a lot of phone features on the new ones now, which is really cool. This is a pet that I bought from someone. It kept restarting, but it's a Salem Gigapet. I got it just because it's rare, you know. It is very cute when you play it. It's just that, just like everybody else, I cannot figure out how to keep it from restarting. Some people were saying it has to do with heat. So, like, if your room is too hot or your hand is really hot when you're holding it, it'll restart. So I'm curious to know, like, if I play it when it's really cold, will it, like, last longer? Because that's what some people said. I already had an ocean Tamagotchi, but this is one of the shells that I had been wanting for a while because it's purple. You rarely see a purple virtual pet. So I just really liked the shell, so I decided to get this other ocean, and it's basically mint condition. It hasn't really been played with. I only opened them to take out the batteries to prevent corrosion. I had one of these before, but I gave it to somebody, and then I saw this one online for even cheaper, new in package, so I got it, and it's an even cuter shell than the one I had before. So I'm really excited because this is such a cool pet. It's one of the very few pets that is more like a video game, but also has a character that you raise like a normal pet, which is really rare. Usually, virtual pets come in 2 types. They come in a character that you raise like an actual pet, and there's not like really any gaming aspect to it other than that, or they come in like kind of like the Karopi Sanrio one where it's just a game. It's not an actual raisable character, but this is one of the few I've ever seen that's both. And it comes with a little map too that you use to traverse the terrain and figure out where your little guy is, your little slime. I've never played Dragon Quest, so I don't really know much about the game, but I'm not sure if I had this in one of my other videos, but this is actually a really cool pet. The shell and buttons are kind of cheap, but it is very unique looking, and it's a little frog, and it's similar to that dragon dinosaur pet, the programming. It has really cute animations. It's really fun to raise, and it's a cute masculine pet, but it's also pretty kawaii at the same time. So if you ever, I'm not sure what this pet is called. My sister got this like in the 90s, and then she lost the package, and she gave it to me, I think. I think she gave me this one. But I just like how it has a really big screen. Even though the buttons are plasticky, they're really good to push. It's just a really cool pet. If you ever see it, I recommend getting it. It's one of the few knockoff virtual pets that I highly recommend. This I got at Japan You Want. It's a special edition Toei Anime Fair P2. I got it because I just like, again, I'm obsessed with Tamagotchis that have cute characters and words on it. Those are usually my favorite kind of shells, and so this is, and it's a yellow shell. Yellow shells are some of my favorite shells, and I love P2s, so I got this. I think it was like 60 bucks. I'm not sure how much they usually go for, but I've rarely seen them around, and usually only seen them for like 100 bucks. What else? Oh, let me show you some more custom Tamagotchis that people have made me. So this was from a girl named, I think her name was Claire, I could be wrong. She customized these little charms for me. Everything from the shell design to the chain part, the beads, was totally customized. I think they glow in the dark too. I could be, I'm not sure. But she just did such a detailed job on that. Look at that. It's even sparkly. It's just pretty amazing. She did a great job on those. Let me show you the white one. Isn't that great? And I even told her which characters I wanted on it. So, very good Tamagotchi artist. Highly recommend her. She was selling those in the Facebook group. I don't know if she's still in there, if she still does it, but what does this say? Okay, so these are from a girl on, I don't know, maybe it's a guy for all I know, but I assume it's a woman. She is on Instagram. I think her name is like Peachy Peachy or something. She made all of these for me, and they were about like $15 each. I kind of went crazy and like wanted one of every favorite shell. And so she even let me choose the characters that I wanted on each one. They glow, some of them glow in the dark, and I'm just gonna make them into like necklaces maybe, or earrings. So this is one of my favorite shells, as you know. I was gonna give this one to this is not one of my favorite shells. I was gonna give this to someone, but then we stopped being friends. But just look how detailed that is. Look at that. She is amazing. Let's see, what else? We got an angel. Look how detailed that she even made it like the same shimmery color. It's really crazy the amount of detail that she put into these. One of my favorite shells, the V2 with hearts. Like, everything down, even down to the logo, is like perfect. This is one of my favorites. Look at that. I love the Merino Tamagotchi. It's like, I can't believe what a crazy amount of detail she put into these. This was my first Tamagotchi. I had her make one of that. The devil. Look at this devil. Look how detailed that is. Amazing. Check out these two. The V3 bubbles and the K-Tai soda pop. So basically I chose like a bunch of my favorite shells for her to make miniature Tamagotchis, mini-gotchis I guess they call them in the community. So two different artists, Peachy and I think the other girl was named Claire. Claire was in the Facebook groups. I don't know if Peachy is in the, or Peachy, or I forget her name. I don't know if she's in the Facebook groups, but she's on Instagram. And if you look up the hashtag minigotchi, you'll probably find her account really quickly if you want to get some of these. Both of these artists were great to work with. I highly recommend them. Let's see what else we got from this box. This I got from someone in the groups too. I had been wanting a heart tune for a long time. So it looks red on camera, but it's actually a really nice orange color. You can probably tell better in this light. I have yet to play with it. I've seen videos of it. It works. I know it works because I tested it. It has a really big screen. I was not expecting it to be this big. Like, this is about the size of, like, a semi-big virtual pet. And look how much bigger this one is. That's crazy. Here's a Tamagotchi. It's next to a Tamagotchi. I had no idea it was that big. But it's really cool looking. I like the design of the shell, and I like the concept of this pet, so I'm gonna have to look up the directions again and figure out how to play it. This is a re-release, Japanese re-release of the P1, the original, very first shell of the P1. And they also came out with English of that. I think they came out with it. I'm not sure. I actually sold, I think I sold my, in the last video, or the part 7, I had done a video that included my Digimons. This is another release that came out after, I think. I'm not sure if it has the same exact programming or what, but the shells are different. I sold the other ones, and I'll explain why later, but I got these from Japan You Want. I just like the gray shell better. The other shells I did not like. I like this kind of milky white shell too. Okay, this is a very rare vintage one. Well, I wouldn't say it's the rarest ever or anything. It's maybe up there with, like, the Blue Mothra, I guess. This is the Tamagotchi, which is based on a Japanese comedian. I was never really compelled to get this shell before, or this Tamagotchi, this version. I was never really compelled because I didn't like the concept of it, but looking at the shell, I found it really cheap online. I was like, I might as well get it because it's actually really cute. I mean, look at that. That's adorable. I'll figure out how to play it later. Okay, so let's go into the new re-releases. This... Oh, what the hell? Okay, so apparently I have 2 of these, and I did not realize that. I'm not sure how that happened, but this was in my car. Okay. Maybe I'll sell this one. So this is the Japanese, or the new, so these are their new releases, the re-release of the old ones, but with a new shell. So this is not a vintage shell. This is a new design they came up with the vintage programming. So it's based on like a Japanese shell, and it's really pretty. I just thought it was so unique and cool. So that's a P2. This is also a P2. I got the original design of my very first Tamagotchi. I might sneeze soon. Okay, alright. This is a shell that I had been wanting for a very long time. It's an exact replica, just like this one, of the vintage shells. That it was so expensive online, and then they re-released it, and I was like, hell yeah, this is my chance to get it. So that was cool. again, another re-release. So this one is based on the P1. This is the re-release of the P1, and as you can see, it's a very similar shell to the original Japanese P1. It's just that it has this black border around it. And then, let's see, let's get into more of the P1. I have mostly P1 shells. I got this one from Box Lunch, and I noticed that the ones at Office Depot and other places were really low quality, but this one was actually higher quality at Box Lunch, and I suspect it's because it was slightly more expensive. Like this one, it was $25, and at Office Depot, I think it was like $19 or something, and it was like really low quality, but this one's actually really nice looking compared to that one. Because I had returned the other one. I got this, and it matches the chibi my little brother gave me. Sorry, just wiping my nose off. This is one of the new shells of the re-release of the P1. So I got this, I think, on eBay, and it was really cheap, like 14 bucks. And I just, again, I love the animal print shells. It's really pretty. It's very in line with the vintage shells, even though it's a new design. That's what I like about it. And then this one is a translucent red one. I got this on eBay as well, I think, for like maybe 15 or 20 bucks. So this shell is actually way prettier in person than any videos or pictures can show. So the reason I sold my other Digimons is because I got the new re-release in English from GameStop. And these are the two shell colors that I love the most. They're so crazy cute. And so I figured, you know what? I have the Japanese ones. They're exactly the same. It's just they're in Japanese. So I may as well just sell those and get my money back. So that's what I did. And then the coup de grace for this video is, I got this used Ocean Gotchi, which I had been wanting for this shell in particular for years. This is the American edition, so it's in English. And I paid quite a bit for it, but it was still cheaper than it would have been if I had gotten it on eBay. I bought it from someone in person. It's in pretty good condition, I think. So yeah, I'm really happy that I actually have this, and especially for the price I got it at, which it hadn't been that price in years. So yeah. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I'll be doing one more of my collection videos, and then that'll be it for a while. Have a great day. Bye.